Baby, once upon a time, I was a cock before you. And now I've transformed into a peacock. With my feathers, I'm trying to impress you. One feather. Two feathers. Get it? I said cock.
Excuse me, we're closing. The store's closing.
That was my favorite. Excuse me, we're closing.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality, yes, let's love. And she's like, I guess they don't want us fighting here.
Stop sitting on the fucking bed.
You know what? I bet you this is not the first nor the last fight they've seen a couple sitting on a couch fighting because they were furniture shopping. Because furniture shopping brings up shit in couples.
I agree with you. I don't think people. I think that it should be a long process, a laborious process that you should have to take breaks. Furniture shopping is hard to do as a couple.
We went to this one in Dallas when my brother built a house. My sister-in-law said, "You've got to fly and help me do this." So I flew down to and
Gets her gay brother-in-law.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. They had bars in the furniture store.
What?
Yes.
What? Oh, this changes everything.
Yes, you just go and get a drink and then walk around with your cocktail in the furniture store.
What is this magic?
They even
This
had
sorcery.
They had corn dogs, chicken nuggets, and French
Shut
fries.
up.
They did. It was a Nebraska Furniture Mart. It was.
I
like
think I could
Disneyland.
actually do I get so overwhelmed. Like,
Well,
that's
you
why
get
I can't go to IKEA.
You go over, get overwhelmed. You just go. But you know how IKEA, you have to go outside the store to get food, or it's at
Yes,
the end.
and you have to go
No.
all the way through the fucking store and find your way through the maze of Gerstierste and Flurgenhagens.
Flirken. No, it's a bar right in the middle of it.
Flurgs. Burters.
This is 90 Day Fiancé the other way. Oh no.
This is Toe. This is fucking Toe.
This is Toe. This is season 6. Episode
Season 6, episode 6. One fine bidet.
You're gonna get something in your chocolate starfish.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna read. I think James might have had some type of sexual experience with the bidet.
He said it hit his magic spot.
I would have.
Go ahead.
I wrote it down exactly. He says in James, the man of at least 7 or 8 faces. I had a bad experience with a bidet, and that was enough to make me like, never again. It hit my magic button. Oh my.
To me, that sounds like a great experience with
He
a
said,
bidet.
it didn't wash my booty hole. It washed the insides of my booty hole. It was a deep clean.
It's what every bottom needs.
And I literally went, where am I? I passed out sometime in the middle.
I thought I bought the wrong bidet. 'Cause mine doesn't do that.
It's your magic spot.
No.
I
Wish.
gotta say, it made him, which means that probably he wants Tata to peg him.
Peg him. Yeah. She will peg him and sob while she does it.
And then his face will turn around one more time and she's like, who am I looking at?
Exactly.
Let's
Exactly. God, they're a mess.
Should we save Shekinah and Sarper for the end? I
Sure.
I kind of want to talk about James Tata. Before we do, we have a couple of announcements.
Big news. Big news.
Really? Which one?
Big news that we got a. Well, the big news is we got a 90-day UK tell-all. The big news is we don't have time to cover it.
We don't have time to cover it until God knows. Maybe
God
later
knows.
this week, early next week. Y'all, we did not, as you know, we did not know there was going to be a tell-all until we saw a preview for one last week.
And for some reason, for the last like 2 episodes, none of us have got screeners.
Yeah.
So, and y'all, we have. So we
did not get a screener for this tell-all.
We either do this or you don't get your Love Is Blind UK on time, and we know how y'all feel about Love Is Blind.
We need to do that on time, and so we already have an extra 4 episodes this week, and we did not budget for a 5th, and our schedule is pretty packed, and
Sorry, I feel like we're Destiny right now, saying, "Dude, I was busy." But we kind of are, but that's okay.
It's gonna come this week. It's gonna come later on this week. It's also an hour and 37 minutes. So
it's like a dick, y'all. We love the work. I love an extra dick, but sometimes you just can't take the extra dick, and so that's what we're saying. We're fully loaded.
We're all full up here. Oh, it's coming out her eyes. That's what it feels like.
Oh, it does.
It's coming out my eyes.
But
we will get it done. It will happen.
Well, I will say this: we have watched the first 2 episodes of Love Is Blind UK.
Oh,
and it is delicious.
It is. It's great.
It's great.
The men are gorgeous. The women are fun. There is some major drama that happens at the end of episode 2.
Don't you say too much. Netflix will come after us.
It's enjoyable.
Anyway.
I am thoroughly enjoying it. I like more people than I thought.
Yeah, it is different. We talk about it, but we talk about kind of the differences between you think they're the same. They're not.
It's good.
The UK and the US. We really love it.
Highly recommended.
And Poodle, when is Love Is Blind? When is Love Is Blind dropping on Netflix, and when is our podcast
on Netflix? Midnight on Wednesday the 7th. Our podcast drops midnight Thursday the 8th.
So, in 4 episodes are going to drop, and so we'll have 4 episodes for you to listen to.
Yay!
Sorry, I said that like Karen _nasty
or not. This is a huge deal, y'all. Love Off the Grid is back. A new season. They completely unannounced. They didn't even announce it, but it's on Discovery Plus now. So if you want to, that was a good. I want to see the guy, the guy who lived in the North Carolina mountains, and that woman. Remember the one who?
He was hot.
What was her name?
Janice.
No, it wasn't.
Carol.
It was some. He kept saying it like this, like Kim or not. It's like
Annabelle.
Jen. No, Jen. That was her name. I love Jen.
And I do love Jen.
And then I really enjoyed that show. So,
I liked it. I did too.
So I'll be definitely offering that as a Bicurious for August. And y'all, B90. I know this is Tell All Madness is for happily ever after. Is just it's very upsetting that we can't, that it's not on Discovery Plus yet or HBO Max. If you don't have a cable provider, I'm sorry.
It was on TLC Go, but the second episode was locked.
Yeah, you have to have a cable provider.
We know even I've heard that even the press people at TLC weren't prepared for this. So there's something again. Someone lost their job.
Someone lost their job.
Discovery Network, y'all. But it's to your annoyance, and we're sorry for that. So.
I'm sorry about it. Not our fault, but we can still be sorry. B90, y'all. The shining city on the hill at the end of this tell all madness is B90. B90 premieres September 1st. It will be on Max. That we do have
that
confirmed.
should be. So it looks great. We're excited for it.
I'm so happy. We are actually going through all the couples we are even if you don't watch the show, if you can't watch the show, listen to our recaps on our happily ever after recaps, because we are talking about the couples every episode. We are talking about one of the couples, new couples.
Yes. And if you need a UK fix, there's Cray Cray. I was just on Kim's episode last week. We talked about the Simone Biles documentary, or Pink Shade, or Married to Reality, or like there's so many other podcasts. If you need the UK tell all now,
the UK tell all now, go
docu-sweeties, whatever. Sure.
Go for it.
We're going to get there when we can.
We'll get there when we get there.
Anything else?
That's it. I want to get
it.
into it. We're gonna skip Shekinah and Sarper. Say that 3 times fast. And move on to Manny Faces, and Tata.
He-Man reference for the few of you that get
Manny
that.
Faces.
I love that character.
You know why? Because he was queer coded. He
That's
could be a
true.
different person.
That is true.
Every time.
Because he would be kind of like, duh, or he would become like mean and be like, Arr. But what if they need to redo that character, and one turns out he's like, yes, He-Man, Adam, it's for Eternia. Come here, cat. Clack, 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 clack.
Play queen.
Exactly. Because Battle Cat is a top. But
Go off, Battle Cat.
But Cringer was a big old bottom.
Cringer was a huge, like,
cat
Nelly
bottom. Yep, huge cat bottom.
Oh, God. Y'all, James and Tata, they're making the little heart symbol with both their hands, and they're kissing. You better be ready for an endless supply, a kiss buffet. Blech. Where's my gun? Let me put my mouth on it.
I think I got E. coli on the salmonella on this buffet for sure.
I at least got a cavity. They're disgusting. I guess instead of looking at my phone, I guess I could look at my notes app. Let's probably do that.
Okay, you do what you. So, are you typing all your notes now? You don't write them anymore.
I'm just asking. My wrist was bothering me, and I was on tour for so long that now I just type them. Yeah, it takes a little bit away, to be honest.
It's giving too many hand jobs, aren't you?
James and Tata.
Yeah, exactly.
Where am I going?
Okay, so he arrives, and they are staying in a hotel for a couple of months because they want to.
No, a couple of days.
Or a couple of days. I'm sorry.
They can't afford a couple of months.
They can't afford a couple of months
because you know why? They're just gonna bang.
Yeah, because they want to be annoying.
They want to annoy each other, which means they want to funk.
Because y'all, she can't sleep at night because she needs him to do things to her, and she wakes him up.
I actually noted that this was a new face in this. He's got on a shirt that's like kind of like a Hawaiian pattern, and I said he looks just like the front desk manager at a Christian resort who just went through reparative therapy.
Yeah,
he's not gay anymore.
He's not gay anymore. Jesus fixed it.
Yeah, there's so many, like, y'all, I don't even know. I don't think I would know him if I saw him in real life. I think because he's right in the middle of so many things. And
I bet you he's going to come out on the tell-all. He'll have like longer hair or something, and you'll be confused.
I'm like, totally. Who the fuck is that?
You will be so confused.
I will be very confused.
He does always, though. He's many faces, but all of them do have the look of, because I brought this up too. It's interesting. You and I both have this feeling of he looks like he does have an air of sad Christian.
It is. That's almost always. There's this kind of feel. You know what it is? it is like he's really trying hard. Like the whole time. He's trying his best.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants you to know he's trying his best, but he's really not.
Well,
Um
possibly, yeah.
I think that's what yes,
I think.
she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I do think that he's mainly the problem in the relationship. Doing like basically
Possibly. I need to see
she's
more, but
nuts.
possibly. No, I think you have something here. I need to see more, but I think you're onto something.
We want to get really close and touch each other a lot. Barf.
Ooh.
And then they're riding on the streets with their luggage is like piled up on top of them. It looks ridiculous.
It does look ridiculous. He has never been to her hometown. So this is the first time that he's here, and they make their way, and of course he's nervous.
And we go to the Indonesian Tara because they're full on columns.
Oh,
looks like a Southern Baptist church. Indonesia First Baptist Church. No, that's where we live.
It does. It's and apparently
Did the Marcoses drop? Did the Marcoses come here?
It's like, and Father said he's been building this himself. Himself or his self? His self.
Himself. He'd been building it himself.
Himself. There you go.
Yeah. He built it himself. It's been in construction for a while. I thought this house exceeded my expectations. Did it? It's quite big.
Quite big and quite unfinished.
Very, very unfinished. But 7 people live there. In their next in the moment, it's another face. And this one actually looks like he has makeup on. I don't know when they did this, but he looks like he's got hat hair, and it's really flat, and it looks like he's wearing makeup. So I said, "This is ventriloquist dummy." I'm gonna get a thing of a ventriloquist dummy, or I'll tell Caitlin to do it, and put James's face right there.
You'll never do it.
I won't be able to do it. I come up with ideas sometimes, and she's good at implementing them because I'll have ideas and I can't figure out how to do it.
Or your ideas are too grand and not attainable because we don't have a budget.
Maybe that one day. Anyway, he does the normal American thing of when you can't speak some language, you kind of speak it in pidgin English. This is so nice, so big.
Big, and he's moving a lot of
Why do
arm
they all
gestures.
do it?
Y'all, Dad reminds him. I love those. Her parents are kind of nice, but at the same time, like when
shady.
Dad looked at me and said, "It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years."
You need to learn Indonesian, boy.
It's like every day the father wakes up and says, "Day 421, a day without Indonesian." Every day he gets up and says, "It's today where I'm going to get an Indonesian text from my son-in-law." Nope. Just keep on building.
We think we're going to put on it. He's like date 800 of building the house.
He's just gonna. It's like the Winchester house. He won't stop building until James learns Indonesian.
So anyway, they show where they will live when they quote visit. And it does look like a prison.
It does. Is there a lizard or some type of cockroach?
It is a
crawling in the
lizard.
corner?
It is a lizard. Yes.
I mean, there was a lizard on the wall, but on the floor.
I'm not sure. Too. I did not see a creepy crawly on the floor.
Oh, I did.
Anyway, it does seem like that this needs to go a long way to being finished. I was just shocked at by how big the house was. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And the unfinished nature of it all.
Yes.
I feel like Dad probably has 1,000 things to do, and it's like my mother. She's got so many projects she forgets to do them, and that's why she burns so many things. It's very ADHD.
She leaves it on the stove and thinks she can go run and do something while it's cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, or the oven. She gets busy doing something else. She's like, "Oh shit, the biscuits are burning." Yeah,
I don't know anybody else who does that.
me either. Glad that it's just
Glad it stopped
relegated
with
to
her.
her. Glad
Who
it
does-
stopped in the family.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, the father and the mother are like, "When are you going to learn our language? You promised. That was 5 years ago."
It's like, yeah, I'm on it.
You know
I'm
what?
doing.
Isn't it weird? They've been together for 5 years and married for like how long? But they still act like children around each other.
They do. Because honestly, they've lived in the U.S. That is probably not it's not like learning Spanish. I don't know, especially in Maine, how accessible Indonesian is to learn. So, and
It's
she
not.
probably is not. I imagine, correct me if we think I'm wrong, that Tata is probably not the most patient teacher of Indonesian to him. Just a guess.
I don't even think she thinks about it when they're in America. She's just like, whatever, you'll learn it on your own.
I do think a lot of Tata is James feels on his own a lot in this.
Yeah.
Even though he's in this relationship, it's always
She's a child.
she is a child. Yeah.
Y'all, so they're in their hotel. There's water everywhere because Tata went crazy with the bidet.
Mhm.
And
Sprayed her gooch, her cooch, and all the looch.
And
Whatever.
we already said before he had a magical experience with his magic button.
Yeah.
That was a deep clean.
That would be so. That'd be great.
I know. Every bowel movement's an experience. So she volunteers to bidet him the next time. He's like, "Oh my god, that's disgusting." So then in the moment, new look. He's got this like dark blue purplish shirt. He looks like a frat boy on pledge night, and it's kind of hot.
Oh God.
Hear me out here. He veers between like some of those pictures we saw of him. I'm like, is he hot? It is constantly me going, is he hot? And then I see him in another picture. I'm like, nope. And it's a real switcheroo. I don't like it. So they're shopping for clothes.
Would you let him bang you just to see if he's still the same person after you banged?
Oh, that's really tough because I don't want to sleep with him, but I really do want to find out just for science if he looks different when he's fucking me.
And
in different lights.
Do you think he has a nice penis?
Oh.
He's a gift poodle, and you can't lie when it comes to the gift.
It's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's a pretty
nice.
dick.
It's longer than you would think. And meaty.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about the word meaty.
Like a pork tenderloin.
Okay. All right. Wow. Just kind of purple and angry.
Anyway.
Dry it off with a paper towel before you
salt and pepper. Watch out, it gets dry. You make sure you cook it low and slow. So they're shopping for clothes, I guess. And they're trying to just get him some new clothes for Indonesia or something like that. Y'all, more problems have arisen. Turns out he said, I wanted to come here with $10,000 and that would keep us going for a, but we had an $8,000 bill with their car. What could be $8,000?
That's automotive sissies come at us. Like, is that a transmission, like a whole new engine? Because if someone told me that my car was going to be that much, I would just go buy like a $2,000 car.
Yes. $8,000. In other words, bitch, that means you got $2,000 to last you.
$2,000.
The banana chip factory is not going to be that lucrative.
She doesn't even think they're going to make $700 a month, and you can't go back to your family because you already told your brother and then your parents that you're
And
quitting your job,
you already
and
dipped
they're not
out
talking
once.
to you anymore because you've already done it. Now it's twice.
This I want to, for both of them, I want to grab them both by the lapels and just shake them.
It really goes back to what they both said when they saw each other at the train station. Real life doesn't apply to them. They're
Ugh.
living in their own. I guarantee
Romance.
you that James, he loves. It's going to either be Star Wars or it's Lord of the Rings. He's got
it's
like
some
a
kind of fantasy thing.
fantasy world that he likes to live in.
Anyway, so they're like, well, here's the thing. We're going to go and tell my dad the truth about us staying here, and then we're going to be fine. But we all going to do it at the same time. And he's like, can we just need a couple days to rest?
And Tata's like, are you still wanting to move here? Is that why you don't want to say anything? And I want to say, you've been there for 2 months and you haven't told your parents.
I know. That's the crazy shit.
That's the thing is they're both terrible, but I think he is her whipping
Oh,
boy.
Totally.
Literally and emotionally.
Yeah. No, they make me nuts. Because I feel like both of them just need I feel like this is so boomer of me. Both of them need a stern talking to.
Oh my God, I knew that's what you're going to say, and that's how I feel every time. I just want to grab them by the upper arm and say, you sit down right here.
I'm going to tell you everything you're doing wrong. What is your tax bracket? What is your credit like? Where I would just tell them in like 4 hours of just dressing them down what they're doing wrong.
Yeah, I would.
And they would deserve it.
They would deserve it. They would.
They annoy the shit out of me.
I get it.
But I still need to keep watching to see. I still don't know what he looks like. I can't. I gotta be able to nail it. And I can't.
I bet he has pretty balls too.
I'm gonna have to go to his Instagram. I need a bit. I need to do one of those facial images so I can get an actual. It's driving me crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to know. You know why? I need to know if I want to fuck him or not.
That's what it is. I knew that. I'm glad it took you only 27
I'm wrestling
minutes.
with the fact, do I want to fuck him? I have to. Every man I see, I need to decide. Do I need to fuck? Do I want to fuck him?
It only took you 26 minutes and 32 seconds to get there.
It's existential, y'all.
The rest of us knew this.
This is like breathing. I need to know if I need to fuck him or not.
Because you need to know, and most gay men do. We need to know with every man, would we fuck him or not?
That is the dead, God honest truth.
What if you're in a crisis and you've got to populate the world again? You need to know which men you're going to fuck.
I think in that situation, you'd have to fuck people you didn't want to. Sadly.
Men I didn't want to?
I think, well, you got to keep on trying because...
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it'll happen one day. Even if I had to repopulate the world, I think I'd still fuck men because I'd say I think it'll happen. I think I'll get pregnant.
That's true. Kind of like did you see the new trailer for season 2 of The Last of Us? It looks good.
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, it was Eric because I saw The Last House of the Dragon last night.
Okay. It's not that I didn't understand what they were doing, but they fucking tickled our balls.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen House of
Spoiler alert.
Dragon. Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything.
They
tickled our balls for like a good hour and a half and then said, wait till season 3.
They did.
I did not like being blue-balled. And then I went,
yeah. Well, Game of Thrones always it's like the penultimate episode when shit all goes. And the last episode of the season's a little more.
I do have to say that spoiler alert, don't listen if you haven't watched, that conversation between Rhaenyra and Alicent.
Oh, it's great.
Was unreal.
It was great.
Game of Thrones never had that level of women talking to other women. Never.
Yes, I
Never.
really enjoyed that. And then I forget his name, but the son talking to the Steve Snake when he was like, "I don't need your help," and he had that
Yeah.
amazing monologue.
Yeah.
But those women, y'all, that it wasn't even it wasn't
Oh,
it wasn't even drag queen acting. It was just
it's so good.
it
so
was
good.
so
I love
good.
the actress who plays Rhaenyra is good, but the actress who plays Alicent is. I think she's been given more to do this season. God, she's
Yeah.
good.
Do you know the one that plays the sister, the blonde hair sister? I just realized that's the young chef from Downton Abbey.
The
The
sister
Irish chef. She plays the blonde Targaryen sister. I can't remember her name.
Daisy.
Yes, I think it's Daisy.
No, that's
Yes,
not
I think
Daisy.
it is. I think it is.
This is if you're right here, you're wrong.
No, I think it is. I didn't look it up, but it sure does remind me of Daisy.
Just because it reminds you of Daisy,
I think
this
it is.
dumb.
We've gone afield now. We have gone
This is
afield.
stupid.
I think it is. Look and see.
No, her name
Are you
is.
sure?
Why won't they give me her?
I think it
Sophia
looks like-
McShera.
I'm talking about.
So you're-
I'm talking.
Daisy.
I'm talking about. Let me look up the actor's name. It's
Her name is Sophia McShera.
No, I'm talking about the actor Fia Sabin.
Yeah, she's not Daisy.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Also, that show was like 7 or 8 years ago.
Well, she looks like her. Oh well.
No, she doesn't. But that's fine. Boy, stop throwing out completely unwarranted suggestions that have no basis in reality.
Hey, y'all, can you fast forward to the conversation where Jake went on for 10 minutes about a straight guy and if he can fuck him or not?
That's real. That's how I feel.
Oh,
That's my feelings.
we need to move on.
Statler and Dempsey. Speaking of my feelings, boo! I don't want to watch you.
There's
So,
so
let me-
not
let me-
so happy.
let me
Not so
clarify
happy.
what's happening. Statler is Spyler. It feels like Spyler. Statler is being like sent off to the firing range, but like walking into this.
She literally said she just spent most of the flight panicking on what am I doing with my life. Not going to go good. It's not the
Dempsey's
best way
there.
to do this.
Dempsey's there saying it's been 2 months
Ugh.
since Statler left England. At the airport, of course, they lost her bag.
Yeah.
I think production just took it to make her spiral more. And y'all, Statler seems miserable. She said, "I'm excited. I just don't have energy." What's your read on Dempsey saying, "We're very different. I'd still smile if I wasn't feeling okay"?
I can see both sides of the coin. I think it's not, again, I don't know if she grasps Statler, just this new diagnosis for Statler and where she's at. But
Yeah.
I do think there's a difference of, they didn't say it. There's a difference of being a little apathetic. She didn't seem happy to be there. She actually seemed unhappy to be there. That's what I got. And I don't think
Mhm.
that's what was said, because Dempsey kept saying, why are you not excited? And I
Right.
felt like she should have said, it feels like you're actually upset that you're here. It feels like because I think that's what she was internalizing in her head. And I wish she would have said that to Statler, because then maybe Statler would have said, well, she might have said, yeah. But maybe she would have clarified that, because she took it way personal, which I would too.
I think I would have too.
Yeah, I would have too. I know that Statler's going through it, but I do think she could have been a little more like, hi. It's
What
good to
I had
see
a
you."
problem with is when Dempsey says, "I'd still smile." It's like don't tell
Well,
me
you
to
hate
smile.
it especially when women are told to smile. And I get that. I think this is okay for her to say that, though, because this is someone that she's talking specifically about Statler, not.
But she said, but it's to make Dempsey feel better. In other words, you need to make me feel like you're excited to see me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I think what this gets at, you said this, I don't know if Dempsey understands Statler's diagnosis at all. And I don't know, I think she cares to understand. She thinks it is she thinks of it as something to be overcome almost.
I bet you that Dempsey comes, y'all. She's from, they're called something different there. I forgot, but she's from Carney folk.
Yeah.
So I bet that
Travelers.
she was raised like, you keep on moving. Something's upsetting. You get over it. You keep on going. You kind of plow through things. And so she doesn't understand why Statler can't, quote, kind of walk it off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Not a great attitude to be with someone who is autistic. And has
No, and
ADHD.
also I understand Dempsey's frustration is Statler is really upset. I don't know, maybe they did this during a Mercury retrograde, which we're in one now, y'all. So hang on to your
Awesome.
shits for August. But remember, Statler claims, I think she's just freaking out in general, but she kind of tried to tell Dempsey that she was freaking out because she didn't understand that her money was going to be used. And Dempsey says we had a clear conversation about that. And I believe Dempsey.
Yeah, me too.
So I think she's also still carrying that kind of hurt.
Yeah. So they say Statler wants to check into the hotel room, take a bath, and sleep. And but nope, they're gonna go to the van today.
Dempsey's like, we've got to do this today.
I think I would have just said, let's let her have a day. It's Statler.
It's also someone just traveled from California to the UK. That's a long
Texas.
flight. Oh,
Texas.
Texas. I'm sorry, Texas. What I forget. I forget she's in San Diego. She's
not in San Diego. She's in Texas.
I know. I'm
She's in
saying,
Corinth.
why do I think that she's in San? She's not. That's still a long travel day.
Yeah. And Dempsey says, if this is how she's acting on day one, I don't know what else is going to happen.
This is going to be y'all. This
I gotta
is going
say,
to be a
it's
long season for
painful
them.
to watch this.
It's gonna, as we've said on the show before, ain't no drama like lesbian drama, y'all.
It's to me, I just wonder. I wish that we saw them actually enjoying each other and being
We
in
did
love.
some last season, so we'll see if we have now. Because remember, a big thing for Dempsey is, and this is part of that. If you remember from their first season, Statler talks about she's not really romantic. She's not very. Statler is. Dempsey needs someone that shows kind of, I think her love language are acts of not just words of affirmation, but also she wants gifts. She wants acts of service. That's not Statler. Statler doesn't do that. I mean, Statler talked about that. She made an effort.
She did that scavenger hunt, last time.
But she made like a big, which was
Yeah.
great. So I just think that is a, because I agree with Statler, like, or I not agree, but I see her point of just give her space.
Ain't
Yeah,
gonna
this is
get
gonna-
space in a van.
It's a big van though, but it is like, it's one of those things that, and yes, it's part of her because Statler says, well, you like that I'm always honest and always say something. I kind of take issue with that too, because people don't always need to be bluntly honest all the time, because
Yeah.
a lot of times I think that people wrap that in, well, that's just who I am, but it's cruel. And I think, or not caring for the other, like not, and I think in this, like when the van came out and Statler was like, those wheels are so small, is that even going to hold up? And I was like, look,
Yeah,
you're
it's not
here.
really helpful.
You could at least play along a little bit, girl.
That's all I've got on them.
We wish them the best. I think their segment ended with fuck off. What did you say? Fuck off.
Yep.
Gonna go good.
It's time for Poodle's BB Corner. BB.
Oh, keep talking. I'm gonna shut my window shades. Getting hot in here, so just keep
BB
talking, and
Corner.
I'll just act like I'm listening like normal.
Go. Jesus. Okay, y'all. A lot has happened in the BB house since our last corner. Mostly we had another blindsided eviction. Lisa went home. Lisa, it was Lisa or Angela. And y'all know I'm not really a big Lisa fan. I'm a huge Angela fan. Mostly because I love the chaos and I love the crazy. It feels like old Big Brother. And also I love what she does to all of a lot of the people who are watching now and commenting. I feel like things are different now. If they would have died to see old Big Brother with people screaming in other people's faces. They would have never been able to make it. They keep calling Angela a bully. I'm like, y'all need to go back and see Big Brother like 7 or 8 seasons ago. That's what the show's about.
Reality TV back then was wild.
Yeah. And this idea of like, they're like, she's such a bully. She needs to be removed from the house. Come on. You need to go out and touch grass, guys. You need to see what the world is like.
People aren't nice in the world.
No. And this is a game. This is a fucking game. So anyway, Lisa, she called her a twit, or Angela called Lisa a twit, and she just had a meltdown in the break room. Anyway, y'all, she got blindsided 11-1. The only person who voted for her was Kenny, the undercover DEA guy, who is still in the house, and I don't know why he should be. He needs to go. I guess I'm gonna have to be when I get in there in my 50s. I'll be the only older man who is decent, because that slot sucks. It's always like the person's always recruited.
At this point, you haven't applied. You might as well just wait.
I know. I might as well wait till my 50s. The old queen.
And so they voted. I missed it. They voted Angela out or Lisa.
Lisa.
Okay.
11-1.
Okay.
And the next episode, this episode on Sunday that aired, Cedric wins the head of household, and
the entertainer.
No, he's not in.
Rest in peace.
I also meant to say, when Lisa was blindsided and did not think she was going home, and she's like, ding, 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 ding. And so she walks out, and Julie's like, so, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, I just didn't think that people in the house I thought we had a larger purpose. And I'm like, no, we all want to win $750,000, you bitch. It wasn't about having a larger purpose of getting Angela out. Angela's a complete crazy person, but she doesn't win competitions. You won the first veto. You screwed yourself. And no one liked you.
No,
anyway,
you probably want to keep Angela close to the end since she doesn't win competitions, right?
Exactly. Now, she does make the house chaotic as fuck, but she's great to watch. Anyway, she made fun of Lisa's walk. I think it's probably on our I think Caitlin put it on our story or something like that. I'm a huge fan. I don't like her. I'm a huge fan, if that makes sense.
It does.
Anyway, then Kenny. So Cedric wins head of household. Kenny tells Cedric, "Put me up." By the way, I'm a cop. We all know how well telling people in the house that I'm a cop goes. You should know that Cedric is black and Kenny is white.
Okay.
Anyway, it is just it's also, if Kenny stays, he's giving away everything. He's a terrible player. The only one where Kenny is a terrible player. There's some other bad players in the house right now. We have Cam, who I basically described as furniture. He's doing nothing. He's the kind of like the football player. Hot, but doing nothing.
Oh, he was hot. I looked him up.
His gameplay is -2.
Quite gorgeous.
But I think he's afraid to kind of say something, because I think he's afraid to be a threat. But like, you need to do something, honey. You're trying to have a showmance with Leah, and it's not working.
It ain't a working.
Y'all, Cedric is going to nominate Tucker. Tucker also has been playing a fantastic game. I think we also said a sissy. Tucker is her cousin. Turns out,
Really?
yes. He's playing a good game of offering him himself as a pawn. So most likely Cedric he did nominate Angela, Kenny, and Tucker as a pawn. Just one thing about people in the house who they still have the power. Power like Mackenzie has a power to have America's get off the block and have America vote a new person. I totally, like some people are saying, I would have totally nominate Mackenzie and have her flush that power out. They all know she has it. And because the two women, Mackenzie and Leah, are bonded at the hip, and they're going to go after all the high power guys, and the guys know it. And yeah, so it needs to happen. They need to get rid of. They need to get rid of it. Quinn is the other kind of nerd character who I'm over. I'm over him. He's also had a power of
Quins are hot. Let me see if he's hot.
I'd like to see your reaction. Let's wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Where it is. Oh,
Wait
wait,
for
that's
it.
Where's his picture? Oh, well, cute. Oh my God, he's from Lawton, or they are. Are they they
No,
or
he's he.
he's from Lawton, Oklahoma.
Oh no.
He's from Oklahoma.
I brought that up. I actually brought that up. He was from Oklahoma
You know,
and played cymbals.
That man has long, curly Kenny G hair and a kind of androgynous face. That is hard for him to grow up in Oklahoma. Good for him. He's getting out of there.
He had potential, but he's overplayed his hand. He's told everybody about the power he has. He hasn't been really smart about it. Right now, I'm still thinking the people who are doing the best in the game probably are Chelsea. In a weird way, because they're talking games so much. Joseph, Tucker, I don't know, maybe T-Core, throw her in there. But there are a lot of people who aren't playing well. But it's not there. It wasn't a house of dum-dums like last season.
Okay.
It's entertaining. I am totally in. This is a good season of Big Brother. I say get into it. And that's been your BB Corner.
All right.
There was also, I just say, when Angela didn't get voted out, she's like, I just want to say thank you for keeping me in this house and keeping my dream alive. And it was like this weird Sally Field accept to Oscar speech thing. Like, you like me. And I died. And all the cast members are like, yeah, we just thought you weren't as good of a competitor. And so we're going to keep you a little longer till we can smother you in your sleep.
Oh, wow.
They didn't say that. You don't say that in Big Brother. You would not know how to play this game. You would get in there and you'd be a good floater. And you still wouldn't know how to play the game, though.
I'd be terrible at the competitions.
You'd be surprised. You can actually do
Although I'm coordinated.
It's not all physical comps. There are a lot of them are puzzle comps, some are mental comps.
I've done game show stuff, so possibly.
But
I have no desire to do it.
It is.
I just want you to be locked up with a bunch of strangers for 2 months.
Y'all, I will go crazy at
you got to apply.
I'll go crazy after week 4. I can already tell you that. I will hate everybody in there after week 4.
Just bring yourself a weed pen. Just kind of.
I don't think they allow that.
It's California.
I don't think they allow drug use on the show.
But they drink.
They do drink.
If it's legal, I bet you.
I don't think they do.
If it's completely legal.
No, I don't know.
I bet you they don't let them. You probably don't let them see it.
But they're live feeds, so you're always on
true.
camera.
Our friend Susan would know the answer to this.
Yeah, that's your BB Corner.
Josh and Lily.
What's your read now? I know you've been kind
La
of
Shilly. Josh Shilly.
I don't. They don't need one. Jilly.
Losh.
Jilly.
What is my read on them?
Yeah.
I'm kind of starting to wonder either they have huge problems that they've never talked about, or they don't really have problems. It's going to be either or, because in their section, we're finding out a lot with this couple that, we're on episode 6 now, and y'all knew we're meeting
The Irish guy and the Italian woman.
So here, I'm telling you this right now. I'm not doing the show next week with you. If what? What do you think?
If I haven't got banged.
If you have not gotten banged, I am not doing the show with you because you will be out of control.
Oh, that Irish guy's hot.
Hire an actor and tell him to bang you with an Irish accent. I don't care. I'll go on to fuckmen.org and find you one.
Josh and Lily are playing badminton with her friends. And Josh
Which
like,
is very popular in
I'm not
China.
one
It
for
gets
sports,
aggressive.
but Lily loves it.
I
And
loved playing badminton when I was a little kid. I made my mama buy a badminton thing, and we'd play. And I just imagined I was
it's
like,
a very gay sport.
"Well, you know what? I imagined that
It's
I was
called a
like
shuttlecock.
We'll get to cock later. I imagined that when I played badminton, I was like Maid
Badminton.
Marian. That's what I said, badminton.
You kept saying badminton.
Oh, badminton. But when I played badminton, I was Maid Marian in Robin Hood,
Yeah.
And I thought I looked like Maid Marian. I probably looked more like that fat chicken.
Or the
Oh,
rhino.
What's
Was
it?
charging.
I think you're thinking of bed knobs and broomsticks. I'm thinking of,
maybe.
remember she had the handmaid.
Oh, like
and it
Lady
was,
Hen or something like that.
Chicken, always talk like this. That's probably more of what but I enjoyed playing badminton.
I liked
Wouldn't
it
now.
too.
For tennis.
Lily plays with. This is such a stupid thing. This is why he is such a ball of need. I just another reason for me not to like this guy. He says, so she plays with boys. Like, I just don't see Lily as someone who's going to cheat on him. She's 37 years old. And they look very young. And also, why is everyone wearing T-shirts and sport clothes, and he's wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt like an asshole?
It does look odd. It does look odd. It looks like he went to he looked like he bought that at a Duluth trading store.
I was going to say like the Guy Fieri outlet.
Have you been to a Duluth trading store?
No,
That is
I have
where
not.
Guy
Is that
Fieri
what it
gets
is?
all of his clothes. Yes.
Perfect. Then there we
Yes.
are. I've never been
Yes.
to a Duluth trading
My
outlet.
Well, it's my mother's boyfriend. I get him gift cards there for Christmas.
That sounds like a horrible place.
I do it online.
Anyway, he's like, your friends are nice. She's like, sometimes you're jealous because I play with other guys. Hopefully this makes you comfortable. She's doing her best to assuage his complete insane fears about her having affairs.
Well, he has no money. He doesn't contribute. And she's in control of everything. So what the little poor man supposed to do? How does he
Exactly.
feel like he's worth something?
And he said, well, you wouldn't let me know. You wouldn't let me know who you were playing with. And I don't know. Is it just that did he demand to see who she was playing with, like to show the phone? Because I would be like, don't you fucking trust me?
Yeah, but that is a classic 90-day trope of show me on the phone. But I agree. If somebody asked me to do that, I wouldn't show them out of principle.
No. Anyway, and Josh says, you know how we message and sometimes it takes hours, but yet I see that the messages are read. So when I feel ignored, sometimes I'll say that you love me, but you're not in love with me.
And I went, this bitch just built you a house.
I know.
I think she's in love with you. And if she's not, who gives a shit?
I know.
Live in the
Grow the
house.
fuck up. You're 47.
Also, it's not like you moved from Idaho to Iowa. You're in China, bitch.
Yeah. And she says, "You're always stressed to think that I'm going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. That's that." And he's like, "That is a fear I have. I fear one day you left me and I would feel lost."
Well, you would because you can't speak the language and you don't make any money. So that's true.
Cry me a river, fucker. God.
They kind
Anyway,
of agree. She's like, just promise me you're not going to say those words hurt me. I don't want hurt words anymore. And she kind of says, she says it sweetly with a smile, but underneath you can tell
no, it
she's like,
says
if he doesn't fucking fix this,
it says stop acting this way, bitch. Anyway, he says, "I thought all our arguments would go away when I got in China, but I realized we might have more problems than I thought." Sounds like all of them are coming from you. So
I think
go
I wish
away.
Lily would sit James and Tata down. She would be really good at that.
Let's finish up with Shekinah and Sarper. This is finishing up with they just talked to the ex.
She kind of just talked to the ex last week. And so now, and the big thing is that Sarper told the ex, "I love you," which I 100% believe he said.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He still doubles down and lies on it.
He probably said, "Love you," but crossed his fingers behind his back.
Yeah, and so he didn't think it was real.
Lard you. That's what I said. I lard you.
Yeah, he said, "Love you." Yeah, or something like that. So Shekinah's like, and he's like, "Well, I want to get the." He's smart, and she's like, "I think he just wants you to get a vanity because he knows I'm upset."
They're looking at furniture, and he's like,
"Yes,
My
he
mind
is
is
transparent as hell."
My shopping isn't going to fix it. I can't think about furniture now.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't know why I brought her here. This was a terrible mistake."
The old Sarper was concerned about exes, but now he's concerned about my relationship.
Anyway, she's like,
It's like, so what did she say? Well, she was
and she's like, "Well, she was affected by the way that you treated her." And he
Very affected.
in a good way or bad way?
And she's like, "In a bad way, Sarper. That's what I'm
"He
not."
obviously doesn't get it."
He doesn't get it.
I
And
died.
I died too. And
I'm
then
sure
she
you
fell
were
in love with-
charming, and you're really
charming because that's what you do,
That's what
and you're
you
a ladies'
do.
man. And she's like, but she told her that you said you loved her, and he went, "No." I was like, "Yeah, she said
It
that."
is a joke. Ha 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 ha.
This was so fake. It was. It was. Even she said it. It was a very
That's fake. I've never heard you laugh like that.
Yeah, I don't think Sarper could be. I know Sarper. All he wants. I do
Ha,
feel like
ha,
I've realized
Ha!
Sarper just wants to be. He wants to be in the new Top Gun, like Maverick 2 movie they're making. That's all he wants to do is be like Tom Cruise, be with all those guys but he's never going to make it there, y'all.
No. So she's like, "This is your pattern. You told me in 3 days that you love me."
And no, yeah, she does say, y'all, after 3 days, he told her he loved you. And so we're supposed to believe that this guy was with a woman for like 7 months and never told her that he loved her. Sure.
And she's like,
But now I am being faithful to you. Old Sarper was careless, but I changed totally to a lovey, fluffy bun.
Bun. But
Bun,
yes, a
bun.
bun bun.
Bun,
And she
bun.
reminds him though, she's like, but when we
Bun.
first got together, I thought we were committed. But then when I came over here, you told me that you finally stopped fucking other women. So
No, I thought we had a friends with benefits situation.
look, first of all, he's really cute, but also this driver's face while they're finishing this conversation in the car. They are going in deep on, they have to leave the furniture store because they're closing. And so now they're finishing the conversation in the car. And she kind of like, I love him, but if he doesn't own up to his mistakes, I can't be with him. And in the cab, she's like saying, well, she acted like she was trying to warn me about you. And you see the cab driver just like going, what the fuck is happening?
She said, "I don't get played by you." And he says,
I understand, because I have the worst resume in your eyes, and you are right. But I changed my whole life for you. I was a lonely wolf before you. I was walking on snow and leaving no tracks or footprints behind. I was confidential about life always. But with you, I exposed myself in social media. I said, this is my girlfriend. This is the woman I love. Everybody knows that. My family. Everybody. I want you to believe that. See the progression I have made for you.
And she's like, I do
Mm.
that. It makes me hopeful. But she says, she said,
But what he does is he makes her laugh, and the whole cock comment. That's really then she's like, it's so funny.
and that's all it takes. And
That's all it takes.
here's the thing, y'all. They just don't need to go that deep, and they're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Don't. If you just stay right above surface
Now
and
yes,
don't really go back very hard,
in
you're
Shekinah,
gonna be fine.
Is Sarper gonna cheat on you? Probably one day, because the
Yeah.
man is not the smartest, and he just thinks with his dick a lot. I mean, I think it's terrible that she doesn't let him work with female clients, because that's a lot of his business.
Yeah.
But I do understand why she says it, because he can't help himself.
There's a weird. This is gonna sound so strange, even because he's had sex with so many women. There's a weird.
2000.
There's a weird innocence to him that I can't get enough of.
Yeah, I can see
And it is great for reality television. And I think for her, he would make a good partner. If she
think so.
could get over some of the things, he's going to be devoted to her.
because he might have sex with another woman, but he still is devoted to her. Like
I
can see
know.
that.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
Because y'all,
maybe they could swing.
she's not going to be able to. She's going to be everything that she needs from a guy is so specific.
Yeah,
And she found someone who is got all of her weird quirks too.
Yeah.
And yeah, just stay together, guys. Step it out. It's gonna
they
be
will.
fine.
They will, because of the show. They will.
And that's the show.
That is the show, everyone.
Shut up, dog.
Oh, Lord, we got to
Sorry.
go. All right, everybody. That's your 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, episode 6. We hope you enjoyed it. You can go to realitygaze.com to find everything about us. If you want to listen to the show without any commercials, you can subscribe RG Plus on the $8 tier. Go to patreon.com/realitygaze, or you can go to realitygaze.supercast.com. We recently had an issue, Love After Lockup. It took a bit, so some of you didn't see that on Supercast. There was like a glitch and it didn't upload. That
is up
should
there
be
now, I believe.
corrected.
Yeah.
So you can listen to it. Was a fantastic episode of Lalu. So be sure to check that. And Plathville, we're about to cover Plathville after this, and it's a good episode of Plathville.
Oh, it was best
Both-
season so far.
Yeah, both seasons are doing super well. So it definitely, you got a lot coming. And even if you subscribe to that tier, you would get Love is Blind UK, which is coming to the $5 tier as well.
Woo-hoo.
Anyway, all right, leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. We appreciate it so much. Follow us on social media. And until then, we call these people lonely hearts, because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places, Poodle?
Yes. And if you can't sleep at night without deciding if you want to fuck a guy or not, you got to say yes or no. Got to say smash or pass for every single man in the world. Call us.